Hey guys, how's everyone?
Hey, great. Hi.
So
We're out of
today,
the cemetery and apparently back at the beach today.
woohoo!
Alex, how is your tree blowing in the wind back there?
How's it blowing?
Yeah.
From the ocean, the currents,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
the trade winds.
True,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Oh, who's
That's actually
going
pretty
to
cool.
introduce that guy right there?
Who's that guy?
Who is that guy?
Who said that we were square when we had Dan on? It's like, oh, we're squared today.
Kendra.
So we are squared.
We are squared again. So this is Rob. He is another newer agent on our team. He joined, I think, the same time basically we all did, right? Like
October, no, early November, mid-October.
Yeah. Yeah, Kristen and I started in September, and I think Alex started just a little bit before us. Right? When did you start, Alex?
At EXP?
Yeah.
I don't really remember, but I think you were already here. I don't know.
Okay, so you're close enough. We're all joined around the same time. Rob has been doing amazing. He's killing it. I'm gonna let him tell him a little bit about himself and where he started. So go ahead, Rob.
Well, thanks for having me on, you guys. I appreciate it. And it's always good to see Kristen, even though she lives 5 minutes from me. We don't ever see each other. But hey, Kristen.
We're too busy.
But yeah, I'm a 25-year member of the PGA of America. So my background is in like club operations, and in that time frame of that career, with any like or most private club and resort operations, there's been like homeowners associations attached to it. And so you always kind of are hearing who's buying, who's selling, the do's and don'ts and ins and outs of each one of those homeowners associations, even though I really never had anything to do with it, which was fantastic. I didn't have to go to those meetings and things, but you're always like, man, there's a lot of activity of people coming in and out of this neighborhood. I should have like a realtor's license. Never had really the time to do it. And probably a year and a half ago, I was living in Illinois and decided I'm just going to go ahead and get it. Took, did the classes and whatnot, passed my Illinois license test, became an agent with Century 21 in Illinois. Stephanie and I decided that we were going to move either to Phoenix or Florida and try to do the real estate full time. So we basically saved up money for a year and a half and then said, let's I think we would prefer to be living in Florida over Arizona. And so we picked the Tampa area, specifically the Clearwater area, which we're right on the Palm Harbor Clearwater border. Took an apartment sight unseen, loaded a U-Haul, moved down here. So kind of a scary big move at age 49 to do it, but another part of it for me is to continue to work on my golf game. I'll go to probably not in this November, but the following November, go to PGA Tour Champion School, and continue to pursue some golf stuff. So it's obviously much easier to do that from Phoenix or Florida. But at the end of the day, we, for golfing all year, but for us, we wanted to be close to the water, and we've absolutely loved it here. So that's kind of my story. And really, when I came to Florida, I thought maybe I will switch brokerages. I'd already talked to Daniel before I left Illinois and asked him for a follow-up call after I kind of got unloaded and unpacked, which I did. I think that was my third call with him, and I said, I'm going to do it because it affords me the flexibility of maybe like no brick and mortar and being able to run my own business from where I want to run that business, and not be obligated to someone else's store, quote unquote. So that's kind of where we've started.
Rob, what would you say the big differences between like the brick and mortar type of agency compared to like here at EXP? Like, are there like huge like differences that during your time that you can comment about?
Well, so in my brick and mortar, I didn't have an opportunity to really in Illinois. I didn't really have a lot of opportunity to spend at the brick and mortar because I had a full-time job. However, just when we're like recruiting agents and I get the opportunity to do that, I get sick and tired of people saying that EXP makes us recruit, because they don't. We're given the opportunity to build income, right? Anybody thinks it's otherwise, you can certainly provide my cell phone number after this call and I'll explain that EXP does not make you do that. They give you the opportunity to do that. And it's a nice opportunity. And it's usually people that haven't been given that opportunity that get rattled that other people got that opportunity. If you really, pull the curtain back, I can see both sides of it, Alex. I can see where a brand new agent that is gonna put some money into it and is going to be very, very nervous about getting leads, could see a benefit of a brick and mortar for like a brand new person, because the thought would be that you're going to have people coming into that brick and mortar or seeing like the bulletin board outside with all the homes that are listed, and you'll have that kind of that dialogue, like, right? But I also think that same agent has probably, maybe not even intentionally, been given a bill of goods that maybe doesn't exist, because that agent still is going to have to go beat the streets. The listings that are on the bulletin board are probably not that agent's personal listings. And and like, we're all kind of in the same market, I feel like, in Florida. I would imagine that if 20 agents were at a brick and mortar right now and somebody off the street was walking in to inquire about buying or selling, it would be like a used car dealership that had two vehicles on the lot and 50 people pulled in at the same time, and there'd be like tackle football, right? So I don't know. I think EXP offers the ability for a newer agent to maybe maintain their current job and work their way into doing real estate full time without the kind of a mandatory meeting situation or a sales goal situation. And if you're willing to go out and beat the streets and work. The other thing too is I think EXP is beautiful in the fact that in our group of, let's say we have 90 now, or 85 to 90 people in Global Excel, I don't ever find that anybody's playing tackle football, even though some of us are in the same market. I would be quicker to call Kristen down the street for help and vice versa. I would be very comfortable to do that, not thinking that Kristen is then on the back end going to call my client, or, they didn't sign yet. Oh, I'll call. I don't ever get the sense of that, which is why when I have people on the phone in our calls, I always like to bring up work, like the work chat, and say, hey, I got Kendra on the phone with me today. She's newer agent from Key West. Everybody say hello, just so they can see the immediate response that the group of 90, right? And like I'm way into our group of 90, so I can't really speak for EXP as a whole, because I'm sure there's good and bad with every company, and I'm sure at some point someone in EXP is playing tackle football. I know we just lost a potential listing to one of our own outside of our group at 1%. So I get it. I know it goes on, but I feel pretty good with what Daniel has built and the access to training and meetings and like, I think I'm treated so good by the group that when I can't attend like a group mastermind or a coaching clinic, I will text Daniel out ahead of that and say, I can't make it because of this, but I feel like I owe the group, or at least him, the respect that he's taking his time to put those things together for us. And I just don't think you're going to get that at most places.
Agreed. Not a lot of gatekeeping here. Everybody shares the wealth, right?
Right.
Absolutely love that. So I know that you had mentioned when you first came over, you were choosing between Florida and Phoenix. So the biggest decision in that was the beach, or is there other factors that went into it?
No,
How many golf courses do we have?
Yeah,
How
well,
many country clubs?
it's like equal, right? I mean, you could do both, and so me personally, if throw real estate out of it, for me personally, I lived in Palm Springs, California for a while. When I played the desert tour, and the weather is so perfect every day that I like always felt guilty if I wasn't practicing. So like Florida offers like a 4 o'clock thunderstorm every afternoon and some bad weather here and there, some rain. And I'm not saying even bad weather. I lived in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for 13 years of my life. People don't know what bad weather is, but I'm saying
It looks awful there, Rob.
I'm saying a bad weather day where golf is not something you're even able to go do, and no one else is able to do it either. Therefore, I don't feel guilty that I didn't go do it. That's what I'm saying. Phoenix doesn't offer that. And then the other thing too is most people that think they want to go to Phoenix, if they're not from Vegas, moving to Phoenix, which a ton of people are doing, but people from the north, like Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, like those people that think that Phoenix is they probably visited Phoenix November, December, January, February, when all the grass has been overseeded and it's lush green, and it's, Alex, you play some golf, it's lush green against the brown backdrop of the rough, and it's gorgeous. And I don't know that it looks that quite gorgeous when it's 110 in the right. And for all the hiking that Steph and I would do when we'd visit Phoenix, we'd always say the same thing. It would always be like January 15th and we're all hiking some beautiful mountain trail, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing this in July. I can tell you, we're here, there's hot days everywhere, right? Here, I mean, you get some rain, you could get over to the beach if you wanted to, we can put paddle boards in if we want to. I just think that we have loved it here. We won't regret the decision. And I don't know that we'll ultimately land where we are right now, but it will, there's no doubt in my mind we'll land somewhere in Florida. Kristen and I have talked quite a bit, I guess, via text. Like, a lot of my business has come, and I shouldn't even say business, I should say contacts or preliminary deals have come in the market, maybe just south of me. So we've spent a lot of time in the Jeep doing that. I don't know if we'll ultimately land there, but I like where I'm playing and practicing right now, and I like the people at that club. So I would also think that if we had the opportunity to buy something or extend a lease here, we'd just stay right here. Plus, it took me forever to get this clock mounted, and I don't want to take it down.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yeah,
So I wanted to touch on that. So I follow
Clock?
somebody on Snapchat. Her name is the clock. Her name's Real Mother Hustler. I think she goes, like, her real name is Alicia, but she talks about 20%, like we all hear about it, like the 20-80 rule. 20% of what you do brings on 80% of your results, right? So you're a fantastic example of that, just doing the things that you like to do in your 20%. So tell me a little bit of how you're getting your business at these, just playing golf, doing something you like to do.
Well, I think there's no secret between the four of us that the reason Daniel has playoff music in our meetings is because of me. And like, I will tend to talk a lot and stuff, and I like talking to people, and right, wrong, or indifferent, really good golf breeds a lot of attention. Like, it just does. I don't know if that's right in the world or not, but it does. And so when I'm when I'm at the country club and I have some sponsor dollars, so my bag is pretty EXP'd up, and my headwear is pretty EXP'd up. So just like what everybody else is doing with their name tag and wearing the logos. Alex, I'm doing a shirt for you as we speak. By lime bright yellow green fluorescent is being done, I think, as we speak.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Kendra, I got yours too, and I got a tote bag for you, knucklehead. So I mean, I'm at the club a lot. I'm practicing. I'm in EXP stuff. It's on my bag. I think I hit the golf ball better than probably like 99.9% of the people that are at that club. So it instigates those conversations, right? So and then you're asked to play on a men's league group on a Saturday morning, and so I just kind of I think sometimes the best way to get some business is not talk that you want the business, not even talk about real estate, right? I mean, talk about life. This is what I do. Great. And when I hand a business card out at the club, I'm like religious about this. When I hand a business card out at the club, I'm always like, I'm not giving you this business card because you got to buy a house from me. It's just got my personal cell number if you ever want to get together at the club to play or practice. That's my line. So
I
people,
love that.
people got enough of us ramrodding down their throats. You know what I mean? Like they don't need it.
Yeah,
that's actually a really great point. So my thing, I like to go to the park with my son, and that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, you ever want to meet up for a play date? Like, here you go.
I'm not giving you this because you need to buy a house from me. I'm giving it because it's got my cell number on if you ever want to get up. Yep.
You don't want to be in that situation either where like you're talking to that person and then they're, you find out like a month later, they're looking to buy something or do something that, buy, sell, invest, whatnot. And you're just like, oh, like I do that. And like, oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a great point. And the other point is I'm very careful to, I've met a ton of nice people here, like a ton of nice people in Florida. And I never want to make anybody feel like we want to have a relationship with them because at some point on the back end of that relationship, we're expecting to have compensation from it. Mm-hmm. So and I would say this for Stephanie too, we're very, very careful to communicate with everybody that might get a business card that we might get one back. We're very careful to make sure that we're communicating with those people in non-real estate terms. Not like the text back is, hey, like for me, it's always like, there's a guy, Ryan, there's a guy, Ryan. I have no chance to sell this guy. Like I'm not selling him a house. He's got a realtor. Like I'm not selling him a house, but I will text him once a week. And cause he's always working on his golf game. Dude, how's the game going? Send me some video. I'll send it to my instructor. Right. I don't want him to think that he got a business card for me with the tagline of, I'm not trying to sell anything. It's just my cell phone number. I want to follow up on that and be like, dude, I think, hey, you're working on your game. I'm working on my game, and on the back end of it, maybe somewhere down the line, right? Somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody knows Ryan, and they're going to be like, dude, you know what? You should call this guy. He's been pretty non-pushy.
I love that. I know that we kind of covered a lot. I think we are getting on our time. Do you guys have any final closing thoughts, questions?
I think Kristen has something on her mind.
Nope. I was just going to ask Rob about the billboard thing. Is your vehicle currently a billboard on wheels?
Let me tell you about the billboard. So this is kind of funny. I told Kristen that I was going to get the big magnets and this and that and the Rob Lussenhop magnets and stuff. So I order them. I don't know what it cost me. I spent $150 on these things. They're enormous. And I get them in. Well, they don't come. I finally, and at the time, we only had one vehicle move down here, right? We only had my Jeep Wrangler. We did not have Steph's SUV move down here. So the stuff comes. So now they're sitting in a box in the apartment and I don't have a vehicle for I'm so excited that they come. I unbox them. I go out there. My Jeep Wrangler does not have steel doors. They don't stick on the doors. So I'm like, oh my. So in the process, then she flies up and drives her vehicle back. And I'm like, okay, couple things I need to tell you. Number one, the Jeep Wrangler is mine, not yours. Number two, you're going to need to drive around your vehicle with big magnets on the side. So she's really cool about it, and she does it. And about a week later, the car dealer we bought it from originally, her vehicle, who's a great friend of mine and helps me out with tournaments and stuff, calls up and says, we would like to give you, we are so short on vehicles, we would like to give you $7,000 more than you paid for it. And this is on a Friday. We will have, if you give me a call. I'm like, well, yeah, we'll do that. Are you guys going to be okay with one vehicle? I said, yeah, we will be for the time being. And so they're like, perfect. We're going to put a guy on a plane and fly him into Clearwater on Monday, sign the paperwork in the parking lot. He'll drive it back. So now my huge billboard, Rob Lussenhop Realtor EXP car magnets are adorning my refrigerator because it's the only other thing I own that it'll stick to. So if somebody like from the apartment complex comes and have a cocktail, you would know I was a realtor.
Well, Rob, maybe magnets don't stick to your Jeep, but cats do.
Yeah, so, and I think this is a good ending for this week. How far Kristen's got some great listings going, and I've been fortunate to meet some people and got some deals in the works. But my very first showing appointment in Florida was probably in January or just December. It was December.
Those months ago,
And
yeah.
it was a lead that got imported to my phone. I talked to the person right away. She had one specific property she wanted to look at. I have no idea where this place is. I call Kristen and I'm like, is there any way? I don't even know if I have the showing time. Like, I don't even know if I got the correct stuff downloaded on my phone to open the shackle. I'm like, is there any way you could drop what you're doing and meet me at this place? She's like, oh my God, Rob, it's like a half hour for me. I'll go right now. She's like, but you better leave because you're further. So I meet Kristen up there, and I'm glad we were there together. We meet this woman and her father, great people, on this dark, desolate street.
Yeah.
Open the house up. There's no way they're gonna buy it. And when we leave, my entire back of my Jeep is full of stray cats. So Kristen and I in the dark, right before Chris was cleaning I had the roof off my Jeep, cleaning cats out of my Jeep. And so, yeah, I thought, I've made it. This was a great life decision I've done.
Your very first. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh man, you've had some events happening.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Well,
Any
with
other
that,
closing
should we
thoughts?
sign off?
I think so.
All right, Rob, thank you for your
being
time.
on.
Good to see you guys as always.
We absolutely appreciate it. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
You guys too. Take care.
Like
Good
and
luck.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe.